All right, I'm very excited about this. We're unboxing a Core Series CercuPool. It is a chlorine generator, and it's a do-it-yourself. It's actually got one of the best warranties on the market, and it's warranted for a homeowner to do this themselves. Comes with the complete booklet, and here's the setup. It's right there. The chlorine generator, just 2 cuts. Fits on the pipe. The computer and everything is built right on. And what I like about this one, it plugs right in to a wall outlet, a GFI, some kind of a circuit protected circuit. It doesn't, if you're going into the circuit, you need to get an outdoor timer, which I picked up here, $20 at Home Depot. I'll go ahead and put those on my website too, right next to this guy. So it comes with complete instructions. What you need to do, it is a chlorine generator is a salt cell, you may have heard it also called. So what I got to do is I've got to come over and figure out exactly how much salt to put in the pool. So we're going to figure that out. We'll give you the math: length times width times average depth times 7.8. We'll line up the salt. The book's got instructions. You may want to have your salt tested at a salt store. I have a salt test strips. So we're gonna pull this out. We'll get all the tools you need. We'll calculate that and we'll be right back. All right, now we'll calculate it out. So here's the calculations on your rectangle pool, round pool, or oval pool. So we went ahead and did this average length, the length times the width times the average depth times 7.5 to convert it to gallons. I tested my salt, and I have a 1,200 parts per million salt on an 18,000 gallon pool. So it tells you if you always test for salt unless it's brand new. Even then, test for salt. If you've been swimming in it for a few years, it's got salt in it. So I'm going to need around 350 pounds of salt. And that's what it looks like. It looks a little scary. Don't put it all in at once. Put it in, test it. I'm going to put it in now to start mixing it so I can plug it in. You don't want to start your generator with no salt in the pool. But I am going to turn, and you don't want to. Want to read what kind of salt. Get pool salt. Never get salt from your soft water softener. Don't put those big granules in there. It takes forever. You can see this stuff almost dissolving before it hits the bottom. You want 99% pure. You don't want impurities in there. You don't want to mess anything up. And then as soon as you do that, you want to go ahead and brush it in. Get a good mix on there. Make sure it dissolves. So I'm going to install the chlorine generator and then come back and mix it again before I turn it on. It won't be 100% mixed right now. It'll take a few hours. The more chunky it is, the longer it takes. But so this will be good mixed so the generator can start working when I install it. So when I come back to clean the pool next week, I'll know how everything's going. Go a little light on the salt, test it, and then put in some more. Salt doesn't evaporate. You do not want to add too much because then you have to drain it. You add salt depending on how much it comes out of the pool. You got a bunch of kids jumping in and out. You got a bunch of pets jumping in and out. Or you got heavy rains during the winter and it's washing in and overflowing the pool. That'll do it, but salt doesn't evaporate. It becomes a total dissolved solid. So you'll just need to be on top of that. All right, well, here's all you need to install it. So something to cut it with, a little hacksaw, the timer if it's going to be plugged right into an outlet. You got some primer and some PVC glue, a felt pen, and this is what we're going to use. This is your marker. We're going to mark right here on the pipe, and that way we'll know where to cut it. these are, I wanted to show you, these are the unions. We're gonna stick these on the pipe, and then they'll just screw onto here. It's made for 2-inch, so if you have 1.5-inch plumbing, you will have to go down and buy some reducers. This drops inside, and now it will hook to 1.5-inch plumbing. We are going into 2-inch. I just wanted to show you that. All right, so we're gonna install it on the return line. It's after everything. So if you have any other, like in the book, if you have any other equipment, the chlorine generator is gonna be last. So this is the pipe coming into the spa and the pool. So we're gonna, and all you have to do is cut on these lines, figure out where you want it. And then these little dotted lines here, that's just little helpful markers that they gave you for where to glue. So that's where your unions are gonna go. So we're just gonna cut this, install those unions, and then it should screw right on. All right, I'm kind of prepped out. Let's see how long this takes. I did say all you need is a hacksaw, but I got my Sawzall. Actually, one with a cord, because my battery finally wore out on the other one. So we'll cut this pipe here. That blade was bad enough. I could have probably cut it faster. Get that water out of that heater. Got a little sandpaper. Get any loose edges off. Make sure it fits good. Take and give some of this old pipe some sanding. So now it all has to dry. There seems to be a lot of water in there. Prime everything. Right up to where them dots are. That was nice they gave you that. Way it doesn't look too sloppy. And you can go ahead and put these on. Make sure they're the right direction, because they're going to screw on just like this. So we'll go ahead and prime that ring. That ring, everything's primed. Shake up your glue a little. I have some hot glue. I use regular PVC glue. It doesn't dry quite as fast. But that's why I have this, because it dries fast. Give it a quarter twist. Hold it on there for a few seconds so it doesn't drip out. Clean it up a little. doesn't move. I'm going to lift it up while I hold it, make sure no water comes back out of there. That should be it. This, the generator itself says in the directions that it doesn't matter which way it flows. So let's put it on. Since it doesn't matter which way it flows, we're going to put it on the way that it makes sense to this thing. It's got unions, which O-rings, which both just fell off. So let's keep an eye on those. You'll be like, why is it leaking so bad? I'm going to go ahead and get some silicone lube and lube those O-rings in there so they don't fall out on me while I'm working. All right, now we're lubed safe. They're not falling out. Sometimes with plastic threads, I spin it backwards real quick to make sure it gets a connection. You can hear it click. So other than getting all the chemicals in there and right, plug it in, glue it in, plug it in, turn it on, and you're good to go. What I found out is my GFI is out, so I'm going to go ahead and replace the GFI real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, well, so we're cleaning up. We got it installed. It's working properly. I need to emphasize with you guys, after 18 years in the pool business, this book right here, read it and learn what it talks about. It's got the chemicals 100% correct. Everything it says in this book is actually right, which I'm surprised on. Most pool guys don't even know what the LSI is. If you've got your LSI balanced and your calcium hardness balanced, you shouldn't even need to clean this sail, really. I mean, it's going to, you soak it once in a while in some 1 part muriatic acid, 10 parts water. But the calcium won't build up, and you see all the big white thick stuff. If you've got big calcium building up on those cells and it's chunky within a few months, you need to get that LSI balance. It comes with this little cup here. It's a cleaning cup. You fill it to this blue line with water and then up to the second blue line with the muriatic acid. It's got all the directions right there. I'm really impressed. They're doing everything right. Like I told you, it's warranted for a homeowner to install this. So when you talk to your, if you have to have a pool installer, they love it when homeowners learn from YouTube videos, but I need to let you know. So you would want a check valve here so the chlorine doesn't go back into the heater. But what we have here is this is on a separate timer. If it was hooked to the pool timer, it would turn off when the pump turns off. The cells are super hot. They would calcify. The chlorine that's in here could be drawn back into the heater and ruin your heater. But since it's on a separate time clock, I have it turning off a half an hour before the pump. So it runs fresh water through this thing. So when it turns off, there is no extra chlorine going back into the system. And two, the best part is, when you turn it off, those are hot. It gives them a chance to cool down. One more way of stopping the calcium from building up on there. If you have it hooked to the timer and your chlorine generator turns off when the pump turns off, it's super hot, and hot water, the hottest parts are where you calcify, and that's why you get all that white stuff into your spas and on the floor of your pool and stuff. That's one of the reasons that your calcium hardness. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope you don't have to hook it to an extension cord. So the GFI I hooked it to wasn't working, and I don't mind replacing the GFI, but that puppy's been on fire. So we're gonna have an electrician come out and replace that. And he was telling me that his pool lights weren't working, his pool and spa. I'm like, well, they don't usually go out at the same time. Let's try the GFI. didn't work. So I'm sure when he gets the GFI fixed, the pool lights will work. So you also need to know if your pool lights aren't working, check your GFI. If you have the big computer box, sometimes you have to check down on the side of the computer box. There's a GFI hidden back there somewhere. All right, good luck, take care, and enjoy. So we turned it on, it is working. Hit the power button, all the lights are on. You just hit the minus and this light will go down for how much you want it to chlorinate. It goes up in 25, 50, 75, 100. It says to start at the 75 and adjust from there. If you want it up, hit the plus button. None of our little lights that are telling us if anything's wrong are lit up, so we are good to go. And if you need, like I said, if you run over to elitepoolcare.com, you can pick one of these up and all the parts that you need for it. elitepoolcare.com. Take care and have a blessed day.